how I'm speaking right now is more how I would speak to a scholar than babes. So keep that at the forefront. So you have heard Melchizedek came to Avram with wine and bread offerings, and you had focused on the Christophany, and you have different ideas and different. Someone knows about the Christophany? Okay. So in this age, 2025, I will say Yeshua is a different God. That's all I'm going to say there. Now, the reason behind it, when you have terms like Ashkenazi, Sephardic, and you're equating a secular um, I don't know, in itself, that being the result of a continued tradition, like others have quinceañeras and things like. It's about the equivalent. uh, and you're saying that the chain never broke. So the language didn't either, and the traditions didn't either, and complete disregard of Jehoiakim and 400 years from the hey, get ready, and he will be of ancient origins. Judah, though you be the smallest of the clans, a scepter will rise. All of the pause and the people hearing from God before another resurgence. So look at it from before there were Israelites, you had Avram, and then the term Hebrew, river crossers. You would focus on the language Avram spoke, and that would be that ancient language that would become Aramaic. Then you would look through how much time, who the people at that time understood was involved in Sodom and Gomorrah. Then you would look at who Avram was speaking about. And I'll make you father of many nations. Then you're looking at Jacob, and where we were really getting into more of a personalized delineation and continuance into a forming of a culture, people. And then, of course, the mixture of taking into effect who you know as Joseph, what his name was in Egyptian, how that can be traced back to Imhotep. So you're also mixing in different phrases from one culture into what eventually becomes a common way of communicating, to where that becomes one aspect, while in another land, a king begins glorifying the same God, just in a different manner. For your understanding, king and high priest. So there's an entirely same, when it's brought together, understanding that's thousands of years expansively condensed from people in different lands, all in pieces given to me. So when you're differentiating who is referring to God's only Son, you're also having to face the truth that your limited English language versus how I'm speaking right now said more than with less words. So then when we have this cutoff and the resurgence begins, you're attempting to take all of that and condense it into this resurgence as you're going from someone who's living the actual story before it's even passed down, written down, to someone who lived and can be seen the same exact way, living, who lived the actual, and then simply to somebody who lived. And you're trying to make it make sense. So when you're taking a name, Yeshua, and you're not understanding they were mocking me, and you're taking the notion there were many Yeshuas, you're in a position, without you knowing it, of what you're actually praising and how it's calling me a completely different name. And it's a name you would give to someone who mama's boy. It's a reinforcement of a prejudice against a son that did not have a male paternal lineage. You're really pushing towards also painting who you call the Mother Mary in a very, very negative state.